We've got an amazing guest today with us, Samantha from the BWellness Specialist Team. I'm sure most of you have heard of BWellness, their amazing products, and they've launched they've got a massive holistic range and very sort of female-led products, a lot of stuff that is really to do with holistic wellness. And I'm going to hand over to her straight away just to give a little bit of an introduction. Welcome.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate you having us on today. So my name's Samantha. I'm the live blood specialist here at BWellness. So BWellness is our South African wellness brand, and we're all just about helping people feel like better, healthier versions of themselves. So whether that's about balance, the energy levels, gut, hormone, just all the things that we can help you feel good from the inside out.
So why is women's wellness so important to the company?
So something that's actually quite interesting about BWellness that I don't think a lot of people know is it was actually founded by 3 male directors. So
Oh, wow.
actually not really it wasn't started entirely by women, but it was this group of men that they had a lot of women in their lives, whether that was their mother, their partner, that was just experiencing hormonal imbalances, fatigue, bloating, everything that they were told was just normal for a woman. And these 3 directors of ours just refused to accept that, and they thought, no, they are now going to make a range specifically to help. Yeah, so I think it's a really incredible story that I would love to share because I think it makes us a little bit different.
Yes.
And that also just adds to the whole compassion side of things. And I think when a company is just so much compassion, so much enthusiasm for one end goal, I think the products just come out that much more incredible.
No, obviously, that's an amazing story. I love that. Okay, perfect. So what led your team to become such experts in integrative wellness practices and techniques, and what drives you all to keep going in this field?
Yeah, so the 3 directors that did start BWellness, they're all living very active lifestyles, very healthy people. And I think it just started out of curiosity and also just compassion for the people around them. So when they started, they wanted to know why people feel the way that they do. And I think they started to look at things like stress, food, and lifestyles and how that actually affects every part of the body, whether that's the balance in the body, the gut. Honestly, once you start seeing those small changes, like we have clients coming in here that for the first time in their life, they have a regular cycle, their skin is cleared up, they have a new just energy for life. I think you can't help but just want to learn and want to just do better. And I think that's really what drives BWellness, is actually seeing all the improvements that we have.
Absolutely. And I love that your socials and your website and everything, there's a lot of content there, like learning content, where you actually walk away with more knowledge. That's an amazing feature.
Yeah, so something I love to do, especially with the live blood, is I love to share knowledge. Like we all here, especially Colin, he develops our supplements. You've never met someone that has such an excitement for teaching people. And I think that's really something that's so important to us because we don't want to just tell people to make these big changes in their lives. It's not sustainable. At the end of the day, they're just going to end up back where they were. So we'd rather give small tips and tricks here and there that are actually going to help them live a healthier, more sustainable lifestyle going forward.
Absolutely. Tell us a bit about your daily wellness habits.
So honestly, I'm probably not the best example during the week. I get so stressed, I get so busy, and I am one of those people that starts my day with a cup of coffee, as I shouldn't. But when it comes to the weekend, yeah, I think we can all be a little bit better when it comes to that. But when it comes to like weekends where I have a little bit more time, I love to start with like water and some lemon juice. I think that really, it just kickstarts your metabolism for the day, starts you off on a good note. Otherwise, like some ginger tea. Ginger tea is really incredible just for like resetting the nervous system in the morning and getting your body ready for the day. And then something that I really enjoy is movement. So for me, walking, Pilates, yoga, just anything that really gets my body moving, gets my energy levels up. But I also think what's really important to remember is it's not just about what you're eating, if you're exercising, but mental wellness is actually a really big part of this. And that's something we're really trying to work on now going forward, especially at BWellness, is that mental side of things. So if in the mornings you enjoy making yourself nice breakfast, going for a walk with your dog, I think that you should actually consider then a wellness habit. It's anything that just feeds the brain, makes the brain just ready for the day.
Absolutely, so right. Okay, so I see you have a lot of information on PCOS, and I think it's Berberine.
Yes, the Berberine phytosome.
Can you tell us
Very
a bit
exciting.
about that?
Sorry, I think I lost you there for a second. With regards to PCOS specifically, PCOS is honestly just such a complex disorder, and there really isn't enough research done behind treatment methods for that. We actually, over the last 2 months, we walked a 8-week wellness journey with two of our followers, two women who were diagnosed with PCOS. And one of the biggest things they actually said to us was when they were diagnosed, the first thing they were given was some sort of hormone replacement, whether that was a birth control or anything to actually just control the hormonal changes that they were going through. But we really believe it's actually more of a metabolic issue as well. So a big thing that we see in PCOS is actually an insulin resistance. So that is to do with the blood sugar levels, and that then contributes to the hormonal imbalance and changes that we actually see in the woman. So with these two women that we walked this 8-week journey with, we took them into BWellness House. They saw our dietitian, they did a live blood analysis, and then from there we recommended what products would be best suited for them. And one of those was our InsuBalance and Energy product. So the InsuBalance and Energy has a really exciting ingredient in it known as the Berberine phytosome. So essentially with the phytosome, what we saw was if there is fat incorporated into the molecule, the body absorbs it much better than just if you're just putting a berberine into the product. So berberine has actually been clinically studied for women specifically with PCOS. So it works on improving the insulin sensitivity and supporting the metabolic balance. So two key factors that are really important when you're actually managing PCOS. So a lot of the PCOS clients of ours that have actually gone onto this InsuBalance and Energy have really seen better energies, improved cycles, and a much easier weight management for the ladies. And I think that's just helping them find the correct rhythm, I guess you could say, in their body and finding what's normal for them now and the balance. Exactly. Yeah, because it's really, when we went on this journey with these women, you learn about things you didn't even think about. Like as I don't have PCOS. And I didn't realize what these women were actually going through on an everyday basis. I just think it's really not talked about enough. So that's really something we want to focus on going forward, is actually helping women that have this PCOS, try and finding holistic ways that we can really just help them achieve balance in their life.
You can actually, it really does come across because your content has a lot of that, and I didn't know much about it either. But it's so funny because you're saying PCOS. I had a doctor who's been calls it PCOS, and now I've started calling it PCOS.
No, you can. It's PCOS, PCOS.
Oh, really?
We've had people in our company that call it both. So it's a little bit of everything.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Great. So let's explore the power of movement. I know you did say you love it. I do too. How do you promote this?
So movement, honestly, we believe it's medicine. It's a way of healing the body naturally. So we're really big on reminding women you must move because you love your body, not because you're trying to change it. So I think that's why we try and host these events. That's why we have Pilates at our studios. So we recently did what we called a summer sweat and stretch Pilates morning. So we invited a couple women to come and do Pilates with us. And it was honestly just such a beautiful morning, allowed these women to connect and just feel joy and feeling good in their body. Because not everyone likes to go to the gym. It's not always enjoyable. So I think finding movement that really just feeds the mind and the soul as well is what we really believe in. I think it's so important.
That's so true. I had the exact experience with Pilates. The first time I tried it, I knew this is my thing. You've got to find
Exactly.
your own. Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Okay, so in your opinion, what is considered normal when it comes to bloating, which a lot of women experience, and what foods or products can help with this?
So a little bloating here and there is normal, but constant bloating, it's your gut is trying to tell you something. Your body is screaming for help. It's not normal. And I think that's really a problem a lot of women face, is that bloating, and they're just told it's just what you're eating, just avoid the pasta, avoid the pizza, and it really isn't always the case. So that's also why I love doing the live blood analysis, because people often come, they're like, my gut's the issue, my stomach is sore. And we do the live blood, and there's actually a much deeper reason for why this gut is now flared up. And that can be food, it can be indigestion, it can be stress. So the live blood really gives us a much better view of all the causes actually behind this inflammation in the gut. So gut issues often come from like other problems, they're just masking themselves in the gut. So we like to start simple, just eating mindfully. So eating whole foods, trying to avoid things like processed sugars, processed meats. I mean, I love my cupcake every now and then, or like a good muffin. But like I never tell people, like, don't just stop completely. I personally would never stop, so I don't expect anybody else, like any client that we see, to just stop completely. And then keeping hydrated is honestly so, so important, whether that's just with your water, putting a pinch of Himalayan salt in the water, or even finding an electrolyte that works with you. And then you can always consider a gentle support like something like our gut restore and debloat, just to actually help calm down the inflammation and just rebalance things in the gut.
Okay, great. I just want to go back a bit. What is this test that you talking about, and where do you guys just do it in-house?
Yeah, so I'm actually the live blood specialist. So I've got all the info on the live blood. So essentially what we do is we prick your finger, we put it under a microscope, and we have a look while you're sitting here with us. And that actually gives us a real-time view of how the body is reacting. So the blood, I like to say it's fresh when it comes out the body. So often it's actually still moving. Those red blood cells are still trying to go somewhere. So it's very different to a regular blood test where the blood's been in a vial for a couple hours. It's not as active anymore. So from there, we can see inflammation markers, any bowel or intestinal irritations. And then I love to chat to the clients as well about what a normal day of eating looks like for them, whether they eat breakfast, they don't eat breakfast. And then from there, we actually go, and then if they would like a product, then we recommend products from there. So any nutrient deficiencies, mineral deficiencies, imbalances in the body, hormone imbalance specifically, inflammation, it's really just such a great tool. And we also get to see any stress on the organs that there may be. And then from there we make small dietary changes, we give them focus foods, and then we walk that journey with them as well. So if 2 weeks from now they find something new they want to eat, aren't too sure about it, then we just guide them on that based on the test that we saw and all the results from there.
Wow, that's so helpful. I can imagine
Yes.
That's a really great tool. Perfect. So what are some great remedies for gut health now that we're talking about all of this?
Yes, so we believe, honestly, your gut is as unique as your fingerprint. Your metabolism, every single person is very different. So you can't treat each case the same. So basics is obviously the whole foods. Fiber is really important, but fiber doesn't work with everybody. So you really have to find what fiber is going to work best for your body. And then fermented products such as sauerkraut is really great, kefir is really great. And then obviously just managing your stress, because as women, we have high cortisol levels. So in the morning, our cortisol is just naturally spiked. So you really have to eat for that. If you now in the morning, first thing you do is throw some dairy, some coffee, you're actually just spiking your cortisol for the rest of the day. So stress is so, so important, and just that mental well-being as well.
So true. Let's discuss the link between seaweed and vitality. And I think also if there's a link with pregnancy as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, definitely. So we have a pure seaweed supplement at the moment. I believe it's actually the first in the country. So our seaweed is all grown in Scotland in a very controlled environment. So something that's very important when you are considering like a seaweed or a sea moss supplement is to actually have a look where and how it's grown. Because obviously it's grown in the sea, and different times of year, the iodine content in the sea can really affect the seaweed or the sea moss that you're having. So seaweed is honestly, it's just a natural superfood. So it's packed with essential minerals, antioxidants, and then obviously the iodine as well, which then helps with thyroid health, hormone balance, and sustained energy throughout the day. So I always say it's like an all-in-one. Like it just kickstarts the body and gives it all the supplementation that it really needs. And then with regards to pregnancy, so during pregnancy, these nutrients actually play a really vital role in hormone balance for mom, and then also a healthy fetal development and brain development in baby. So it really just Yes, exactly. So it really just supports mom and baby. We do always, people that do have conditions, whether that is they are pregnant, they have a liver problem, we always just suggest, though, always check with your doctor. We don't know your full medical history, so we never want to suggest a supplement when we don't have the full picture. But it really, it's just such a nutrient rich ingredients. So we say it's like ocean energy for your body, basically.
That's incredible. You highlight supplements a lot also on your socials. I mean, we've just been talking about it now, but it can be very overwhelming if you're not sort of in the know-how. So what's an easy or accessible way to approach this? Where do you start?
Yeah. So honestly, yes, so I know myself as well. If I go into a wellness store, if I go into Discount, there's about 50 different options. So it becomes so exactly. So although we do only have our 5 products, I can understand it is quite difficult because obviously you're reading on the website what it's for, but the website really just tells you such a small portion, and we don't know if it's actually going to be for you specific. So we always say to people, if they aren't able to come in for that live blood, they don't live in Pretoria, then we just say, ask your body. So look at your body, say, what do I need to fix first? What do I think is the worst, you can say most dire situation here? And if that's maybe for older women, maybe it's some menopausal symptoms, then immediately I say, okay, great, go to our hormone balance and start there. And start with the hormone balance. It's really important to just be in touch with your body, see how your body's reacting, how's your body feeling on the supplement, and then we can take it from there.
Absolutely. Start slow and then work your way up.
Exactly.
Okay, so why should we all strive for conscious living? I notice that's also sort of a common theme, especially as women.
No, definitely. So as women, I feel like we just give so much, whether that's at home to our family, we're busy at work, and we often forget to actually think about ourselves. So conscious living is much more about actually now slowing down and checking in with yourself, asking yourself, how am I feeling today? Have I eaten today? Did I get enough rest? And I think that's really important with that mind and body connection as well. Really making sure it's great if you're exercising, you're eating a healthy diet, but if the mind isn't right, the body isn't going to respond. I think conscious living, it's honestly just a form of self-respect even. It's when you start being aware of everything, like your hormones, your mood, your energy. I think everything else just falls into place so much easier, and you can really just achieve that optimal balance in your life.
I think it helps you to connect all the pieces together. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's also why the mind is so important. It brings the whole puzzle together essentially, which is what's so important.
In your opinion, what are some great methods or products? Well, we were just talking about this to support hormone health, because I think as women, we've really got a tough, they're constantly fluctuating and different things, different age groups, like stress. There's so many things that make it fluctuate. So what are the best products or methods, do you think, to support that?
Yeah, so I think for us, most important we would say is obviously your sleep and your stress management must come first. And then that along with good nutrition and just blood sugar balance. So it's really important. I understand it better than anybody. If you're busy, you don't want to make yourself lunch. You want to just go buy something, it's quick and it's easy. And then we often putting the wrong things into our body. But that again comes with the conscious living and actually putting yourself first in every day and really taking those active steps towards healing your body, making your body feel better. So then obviously sleep, stress, and then a focus on good nutrition. And then something like a hormone balance supplement can really help. It really supports mood elevation, it can help with stress and anxiety, and it also works for both premenopausal and postmenopausal symptoms. So when you nourish your body constantly, your hormones are just going to find that natural balance again.
What kind of products would be in something like that? Like, how does it support what's happening inside?
So honestly, there's so many ingredients in the hormone balance, but I think so we normally, a lot of women actually make is they'll take something like a hormone balance supplement in the morning and like a detox supplement in the morning. It's not going to be as efficient. So we always say take it in the evening. So our hormone balance has a special type of ashwagandha in. So a lot of women, when they take ashwagandha, they experience obviously the calm, but then they also get that numb feeling where they almost feel excluded from the rest of the world. So this ashwagandha is really great. So it doesn't give you that numb feeling. It just gives you the calm that then helps you achieve a better realm of sleep, which helps with the sleep and the stress management from there as well.
So what are the 3 things that you wish South African women knew when it came to attaining health and wellness?
So I think what's honestly most important is that your body is speaking. When you're getting all these symptoms, you're feeling the bloating, the hormonal changes, your body is trying to tell you something. So it's really important to actually just listen to your body, be in tune with your body and see what your body actually needs. And then I think something else that we don't focus enough on are that small wins actually do matter. So whether that's a small change that you made, you don't have to completely change your lifestyle to feel like you're actually making a change. I feel like we all try and chase perfection the whole time and try and be these perfect images, and it's not attainable, it's not sustainable. So I think small wins are really what's so important. And then lastly, I think that wellness should feel good. You should want to go and exercise. You should want to eat healthy. It shouldn't feel like you're punishing yourself or you're putting so much pressure on yourself. But really, it isn't good for your mental well-being. And I think you're just not going to be able to achieve that wellness and that balance if you're so hard on yourself.
Exactly. Okay, amazing. Are there any upcoming events or workshops or collab happening sort of December, January?
Yeah, so Obviously, we recently relaunched our Summer Sweat and Stretch Pilates. So we had one last weekend. It was really so incredible to see everyone connecting. So we're hoping to do that a little bit more coming in the next year. And then we also want to launch something just for the end of the year. We're going to call it our Unwind and Connect, or our Balance and Bubbles. So what that's going to be is it's going to be a nice relaxed Pilates class or a yoga class, and then there'll be something like a collagen drink, or we'll offer with the Balance and Bubbles. We were thinking maybe we'll do Prosecco, we'll do them in the evenings, Friday afternoon. Bring your friends, just relax and really just de-stress from the end of the year, because I think we all, at the end of the year, we just go, 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 and we are completely forgetting about that wellness that we worked so hard to actually achieve throughout the year. So I think that's going to be really great. And then something else very exciting, on the 29th of November, we're hosting something a little bit more active, but it's going to be an Adidas demo run. And we've got so many incredible sponsors that are coming out as well. So I think that's going to be very exciting. A little bit of a different movement for us. I'm personally not a big runner, but I'm going to give it a go. I think it's important for people to just try something different, see what works for you. I know running doesn't work for me, but I'm going to be there and I'm going to try and have a good time and just like support everyone as well. So that's going to be really great. And then in terms of like advice and tips and tricks, that's always on our Instagram. So it's our BWellness Official. Everything will be on there. And then with regards to events, we have a BWellness house page, and all the events and information on that is posted on there as well.
And also obviously your website and Facebook, if people are sort of not on, well, I don't know if she isn't on Instagram these days, but
yeah. So for Facebook, we have our BWellness Official Facebook, and then on the internet as well, it's just bwellness.co.za, and that's got all of our products on there. You're welcome to ask us questions on there as well. Our phone number is there. And then also to book for the BWellness House, we have really such incredible services that we have here. So you can book all of that through the website as well.
Perfect, amazing. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's been so informative.
Of course, it's a big pleasure. We're really excited to share with the world, and I think just teach women that what they're feeling, we can help. I think that's very important.